What's going on, gamers? What's up, Nintendo world? So, I know people are a lot I would say, are annoyed a lot with the Nintendo Switch 2 rumors that have been happening the past few years. I mean, it's been crazy. We get a new one every week or two. And I think y'all know what I'm talking about. That's why I haven't done much videos on it because I really have been waiting for them to just do the official unveil and shut all that stuff down because I'm tired of hearing about it. But there's some things that I'll share with y'all today as we get closer to the reveal. And I seriously think, and I think a lot of people feel the same way, it's going to be this month. It has to. Definitely when it comes to like marketing, production, and just getting ready for things, I think it's the right time to do it now. Holidays are now pretty much ending. And since all that's passed now, I think they're going to do that and then drop the price of the current Switch models. Because I don't know, the regular Switch has not had a price drop. It's crazy. It's been like almost 8 years and they've been selling it at that. I mean, it's had deals and, sales, but they never had an official price cut. It's the longest console in gaming history that's never had one. And if y'all don't know, I've been gaming for 31 years. I started off on NES. Obviously, I respect and love Nintendo the much because we wouldn't have gaming if it wasn't for them. So we got to pay our dues and pay our respects to the OGs and the masters. You know what I mean? But coming over here to this leak, let's go ahead and address some stuff here. So in Central Leaks, it says, well, it's over. No. Based on the leaked SoC picture, this appears to be manufactured by Samsung, meaning the 8nm node is likely, that's 2018 technology. A lot of people expected 4nm. We're going to get right to this, which I'm going to have to say, be careful with that. Then we're going to get to the article about that on another page too. This is just speculation based on leaked photos. That's what I would say, guys. Take it as a grain of salt. Like I said, when it comes to Switch 2 rumors, we got to calm down. But if this ends up being true, that would be terrible for Switch 2. We're talking bad performance and bad battery life. I promise you that's not going to happen. Hoping Nintendo has a trick up their sleeve for this, as it would be a major blow to the console if true. So first and foremost, Community Notes came in and posted something. Are we ready for this? Here it goes. Here it goes right here. The performance and energy usage of the specs are severely exaggerated. The 8nm nodes power the most recent NVIDIA GPUs, the RTX 3000 series, with continued development in the architecture. And there's a thread right here if I want to read about that. Both the PlayStation 5 and Series S only have an SNM processor with its 2020 architecture. So think about that. And if people don't understand what that means, basically what they're saying here is that the idea of thinking that that's 2018 technology because it's an 8nm node is absolutely dumb because the 8nm node is powering the RTX 30 series or 3000 series, like 3070, 3080, 3090, you know what I mean? So I don't understand how that would be 2018 technology. No, it's not. That's an incorrect rumor. And the PlayStation 5 and the Series S are using an SNM processor, and that has a 2020 architecture. You see what I mean? Yeah, we know that. So that's debunked. Now we can get that out of the way, right? Because we understand that even if that's true, right? Which I don't like I said, I don't take that stuff to heart or take it serious because I know how these Switch 2 rumors can get out of control and it gets a little crazy. So yeah, y'all need to calm the hell down with that. Another thing that we need to talk about that I know for sure is coming to the Switch 2 when we move over to this other thread right here about the motherboard leaks, because I'm going to share some things, is a patent that got revealed recently today. It was a patent filed in 2023. Are we ready for this? The new Nintendo patent appears ahead of the expected Switch 2 reveal. Nintendo's latest filing adds weight to the expectation it will use DLSS style upscaling. If you don't know, they're going to be using NVIDIA technology. So this is one thing that's nice because it'll give them the biggest shortcut compared to other consoles because NVIDIA systems are better. And we got CES around the corner, if y'all didn't know, coming in June. So expect to see a lot of reveals there with the new RTX 5000 graphics cards and what NVIDIA is going to be doing with DLSS and how far back would they go to other series. I expect like VRAM, upscaling aspects, all types of stuff coming out of that. It's going to be good stuff. But let's get back to this. A patent filed in July 2023, and we've heard about this before. I knew that was going to happen because they're using NVIDIA technology. I told people they're going to use DLSS, and they're going to use super resolution and all that. In 2023, but published on Tuesday, describes a system of machine learning that can convert images of one resolution into a higher one, or a little bit. DLSS, deep learning supersampling, or similar technologies work by using AI to upscale the resolution of games, effectively allowing developers to achieve higher graphical settings and better frame rates on weaker hardware, which the Switch 2 is going to need for third-party support, and is just going to help for its own games. But they fully optimize their games. They're not unfinished, they're not rushed, so we don't need to worry about that, and plus they use animated graphics. So I'm not sitting here trying to compare the Switch to a PlayStation or compare it to an Xbox. And the reason for that is, like I said, they have a different way of developing video games. They actually make video games. They're not making hyper-realistic Western looking like real life stuff. No, 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 that's not the point of a video game. They make real video games. Their games are super optimized. They're great games. They lead and inspire the entire industry. Everybody always looks to them for foundations for the way, like, you know, systems are going to be taking in the next direction for gaming at its peak. When we're talking about gameplay, creativity, direction, like, you know, when Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 or Tears of the Kingdom dropped, the whole world was looking at that. You know what I mean? When the next Mario drops, the whole world's looking at that. What are they doing to improve, like, into like gameplay? You know what I mean? Additions, just things that they do that helps the entire gaming industry. Oh, they're using this weaker hardware, but they sold 157 million and are dominating the entire industry because gamers want video games and they want good quality games. It's not necessarily about graphics. That's it. That's the last thing you should be worried about if everything else sucks. And if you're in bed with all this garbage and political nonsense you're trying to bring into gaming, and if you're being distracted by just stupid pronouns and just focusing on hyper details, making games 300-400 million, taking 5 years to make, but you can beat a movie game like on PlayStation in like a couple days. It's like, so I waited 5 years and I have to wait like what, 6 more months to get another game. You know what I mean? Or just get failed games like Concord. You know what I mean? Just dumb stuff where it's like, man, let's be creative and innovative here. And the Nintendo world, you don't get that. So they show and lead the way. And if y'all didn't know, I mean, their sales are insane. I know people get distracted with the PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, you know, wars going on. And I get into that myself too. But when it comes to video gaming and software, oh my God, I've always loved Nintendo because they do such a good job with that. And they give you real video games. They don't add microtransactions and get into all that garbage. Every game that you're playing, you can earn everything out of it, and you're playing a video game. You know what I mean? It's not like trying to gate you. It's not trying to gotcha you. You're playing video games, and that's what we need to get back to. But going back down here and getting to here, Sony's recently launched PlayStation 5 Pro utilizes its own upscaling technology, which people are calling pisser, because it's just having problems at a platform level, while AMD's FSR is a popular solution, which I think is a good backup. It's been reported previously by Video Game Chronicles and other outlets, and Nintendo is planning to utilize a DLSS style technology on its system. Yeah, like expect Nintendo to have their own aspect working with NVIDIA, like Sony was working with AMD to do that. It's going to be there, y'all. And that's going to be nice to have, which can prove a significant advantage considering the technical constraints faced by portable devices. And another reason it can't just be as powerful, it'd be too damn expensive because you can also take it on the go. Imagine if somebody was like, here's a PS5, you know what I mean, handheld. Things gonna be like $500-600, you know what I mean? So Nintendo's trying to find that sweet spot at $399, you know what I mean, or $299. I think probably $399. So that's just to give people an idea. So you can't expect it to be as powerful when it's a hybrid. As noted by journalist Laura Kate Dell, the new patent mentions using upscaling technology to reduce overall game sizes to fit into a more modern approach as we see here, which they always do a very good job with. Their games are not going to be 100 gigs, you know, all that nonsense. It's just not going to happen. It's going to be very nice. And what we need to be looking forward to is how these great developed video games are going to be around the corner, setting the benchmarks. We need to look at how Nintendo is making a jump from the Switch to the Switch 2, not comparing the Switch 2 to the PlayStation 5 and to the Xbox and to the PC. No, no, no. What are they doing internally, right? Man, imagine just Pokemon going from what it is now to Pokemon 4K 60. You see what I'm saying with DLSS and looking insane, and you can have all that stuff on the screen. Like, we're looking at it like that. How's Mario going to make that jump? What is Zelda going to be like? How's the whole catalog that certain people maybe did not have a Switch missed that are going to now be able to play all those games at 4K 60, right? And then maybe even higher with DLSS. Because I don't know if you guys knew, but let's go ahead and take a look at this. But Nintendo had confirmed that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be backwards compatible. This was confirmed by the president. Yes, Nintendo has confirmed that Nintendo Switch 2 will be backwards compatible with Switch games. So those of you that also were kind of like sitting there waiting saying, man, some of these games are just having performance issues. Man, I just want the Switch 2 already. I think it's time. You know, it's been 8 years because they had that dumb delay with the COVID garbage. So everything just got manufactured. Everything in the manufacturing world got pushed back. But I don't see that as a bad thing because we're getting better technology because of that. That's what I think is going to happen. And it's just better that way. We got plenty all over the place. But for the people that only been in the Nintendo world, be very patient. Like I said, and for the people that are thinking of jumping in there, I'm telling you, you have a whole amazing library on the Switch just by itself. It's going to be getting that backwards compatibility, upscaling, support, and performance increase, and it's just going to be nice. So there's going to be so much. I mean, we got Mario Kart 9, you know that's going to happen. The next gen Zelda is going to eventually happen. I heard Breath of the Wild 4K is going to be there at launch. We got that what Monolith Soft, the Xenoblade Chronicles devs are cooking up. We know they're going to have some. We're going to have the next gen Smash Brothers. I mean, they have so many great titles. We're going to have the next Bayonetta. I don't know if y'all seen the Astral Chain series. That's going to be great. We'll eventually probably get a next gen Splatoon update, and they're going to be doing something else too. I expect another Luigi's Mansion. I mean, I expect a lot of new IPs too that we just don't know about. They're going to be around the corner. I probably expect them to do another Star Fox. We know they're going to jump from. Also, like the retro community that you see that they have for backwards compatibility is, for example, going all the way back to NES, all the way up to 64 right now with Sega. Sega said that they would go up to like Dreamcast on the Switch too. So you're going to see that being able to be used with more powerful technology. They're going to be going up to like GameCube and Wii for the retro aspects too, be able to be going online. So there's going to be a lot coming in that system. I expect improved hardware in a sense of like, being able to handle better UI and online features. I think we're going to get an improved UI on the Switch eShop and on the dashboard in general. I think they're going to improve a lot of online features, and I'm looking forward to that because they were doing tests on that as well. So these are things that we can look forward to that we know that, you know, is on the ground, right? All this other stuff is kind of like speculation. But those are the things I expect. Obviously, the Joy-Cons are going to be better. They're not going to be launching that drifting garbage. Now let's go over to this other thing that's also going to be included that I was saying right here that I wanted to highlight. So we see what that leak is supposed to be a Tegra 239. Like I said, I'm not getting into that. I do expect an 8-core processor, and I expect at least 12 gigabytes of RAM. That I can promise you, that's going to happen. You know what I mean? And I think they're probably going to probably shoot for probably like a 2060 RTX, somewhere around that model. But for Nintendo, it's going to be really good with DLSS. So right here is another thing I wanted to highlight. According to the previous leaks, it won't feature built-in frame generation. However, several consoles games have shipped with AMD FSR frame generation and on PC, and it's possible to mix DLSS with FSR frame generation. So are we wondering if it's going to be able to do that? Well, obviously, let's think about that because that was supposed to be a future, like a future that you have with the 4 series. You know what I mean? So just in case, obviously that's not going to be there because they won't be using that series. We can mix DLSS with frame generation. So I'm pretty sure they'll come up with something, and developers are going to come up with something to be able to integrate that. So when you add in, like, you know, ray tracing that's going to be on the Switch, DLSS super resolution, DLSS in general, and FSR frame generation being mixed in with it, and looking at the jump from the regular Switch all the way to this one, how much more powerful is that going to be? Guys, this is the right mindset to have. And what type of quality of software are we going to be getting? Because it's going to be animated graphics and it's still going to look very good. So if you guys have, you know, been on the fence about thinking whether you should get in Nintendo world or not, listen to me as a 31-year gamer here. 35, but I mean, I've been gaming for 31 years. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss out. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And if you've missed the whole Nintendo lineup, definitely if you're young right now, you're still in high school, or you just got out of it and you didn't grow up in the Nintendo world, you have a whole catalog of NES games, SNES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Nintendo 64 games, and Sega Genesis. And they're going to be going farther past that. And the online is cheap. You know what I mean? You can get there for like 20, 30 bucks for an entire year. It's very nice. Definitely if you're a retro gamer, you know what I mean? There's just a lot to look forward to on this next console. Definitely if you didn't get the Switch, or if you're just waiting for that upgrade. So that's kind of my thing, and that's what I wanted to cover because I'm kind of tired of the Switch rumors, and I think they just get a little bit out of control. So we're going to talk about things that are actually more grounded and what to look forward to. And I know some people want me to do Switch 2 content because I have been doing a lot of PlayStation, Xbox, and PC content. And don't worry, I'm going to be doing that too because you know, as a lover of Nintendo the most, and as a real gamer, you want to have like a more diversified aspect of content, and that's what I do. You know, I'm multidimensional, so expect that. I just don't want to keep, you know, making stuff off of rumors that are not true. I'd rather get to something that actually makes more sense. So we see this right here. And that's pretty much it to cover on this. But I'm definitely looking forward to the reveal, and I hope it's in the next week or two. So let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, and subscribe. Leave some comments, and yeah, let's look forward to this year because it's going to be great. I think it's going to be one of the best years ever in gaming. Peace out, y'all.